Two protests, two cities, and two very different weapons at the center of a very heated political debate. We're talking about Jantar Mantar protests in Delhi, national capital, and the July 25th Bihar Bandh, a protest on the same issue. Rahul Gandhi has said in Delhi, pellet guns were fired at students, and in Bihar, AK-47s. Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal or Delhi, the pattern is same everywhere. Entire system is downright deadly against students. Deadly attacks and brutality being unleashed on students. Strong charges being leveled by Rahul Gandhi. In fact, in a letter to Home Minister Amit Shah, Rahul Gandhi has asked a pointed question. As Home Minister, did you approve the use of lethal force, including pellet guns, against students? Saying he writes to demand accountability for the barbaric assault on students. In Bihar, a policeman has been suspended after a viral video of him using AK-47 rifle against protesting youth during the July 25 Bihar Bandh protest in Siwan district went viral. A departmental inquiry is now underway. Standing next to a protester, Rahul Gandhi had earlier claimed the wounds of the protester were from pellet guns. This, of course, happened in the national capital, in Delhi. Another protester has claimed that he also was targeted with pellets during protests. Delhi police has denied using pellet guns, saying they neither possess nor use them in the protest. But an internal CRPF inquiry, as reported by the Indian Express, found that an RAF personnel fired 7 rounds from a pellet gun near Connaught Place, in the heart of the national capital. There's been a furore in Parliament, inside and outside. Congress saying no session till Shah answers the questions.
Pellet guns, AK-47, are these terrorists? What is wrong with these people?
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के शासन में हम देख ही रहे हैं कि कैसे युवाओं पे भी अत्याचार नहीं रुक रहा है और जहां पैलेट्स जलाई गई बच्चों में दिल्ली में और आप जैसे बता रहे हैं कि बिहार में AK-47 का प्रयोग है तो ये बहुत ही निंदनीय घटना है और एक लोकतंत्र में रहते हुए भी कहीं ना कहीं लोगों की जो स्वतंत्रता है, जो फ्रीडम है और जो स्पिरिट है उसको मारा जा रहा है भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार में।
बिहार राज्य में किसके आदेश से AK-47 जो है गोलियां जो है चलाई गई हैं और गोलियों का अगर आप वो फुटेज अगर आप देखें तो कोई हवाई फायरिंग नहीं की गई है, निशाना लगा करके फायरिंग किया गया है और 3 छात्र जो हैं उनको गोलियां लगी हैं।
Mr. Rahul Gandhi is concerned, it's really a matter of great shame that the LOP has shown great deal of irresponsibility today. While he tweeted and he spoke about police using AK-47 on the student protests, it is absolutely condemnable that such kind of falsity be spread by a person who occupies the post of LOP, Leader of Opposition in India.
And I'm being joined by Sanjay Rana, who's a political analyst. Chitra Batham joins me. She's the spokesperson for the Congress. Mahesh Chandra Dwivedi joins me, former DGP of Uttar Pradesh, as well as SP Vaid, the former DGP for Jammu and Kashmir. Thank you very much, all 4 of you, for joining me. Well, Mahesh Chandra Dwivedi, let me just start with you. What do you make out of this? I mean, the charges. How do you firstly, let's just look at the charges that are being leveled by none other than the leader of opposition. A cop has been suspended in this case. The charges are 1, AK-47 being used in a protest in Bihar against the youth protesters. And second, about pellet guns being used during the Delhi protest. What do you make out of these charges? How do you look at them as a former DGP yourself?
Let me talk about Bihar as well first. I think what I see in the video, it seems to be an individual action. It does not appear to be an order of the constable working on the order of some superior. The way he's moving.
If you can have the AK-47 visuals. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, please.
It can be individual action, or and secondly, he's having his rifle straight horizontal to the ground. Still, nobody has been hit by it, so far as the reports I received. So that shows it is an individual action, and it has to be verified whether he really did it or it's a dramatic action. I don't know, because the way he's doing it, it does not happen like this. In any case, AK-47 is never used for this purpose, because we have weapons less lethal than that, and the idea is always to use the minimum force in such cases. About the Delhi thing, uh, in UP we don't have pellet guns here for using against crowd. In Delhi also, I think it's not there as reported. The RAF might be having it, it might have been permitted to do it. Why they did it, I really can't say about it. There may be a very bad situation, as as it is reported in the media from both sides. I mean, one is favoring a party, the other is against the government. What one should believe, it's not easy. So, and only an inquiry will show why somebody did it. Was there an order, or it was a random action? And was it really a policeman who did it, or it was somebody outside? So this has to be
Okay.
still
Okay,
found out.
we'll get to the pellet gun. Since you've started with AK-47, let's just start with that. You are saying this could be an individual act, but can a AK-47 be used against your own country's civilians, a civil population? Is that allowed at the first place?
AK-47 as such is not written anywhere, but a situation may arise, like one which arose in Bangladesh when Sheikh Hasina was being thrown, where AK-47 may be necessary. When the army comes, it uses it can use all sorts of weapons. So, but AK-47 normally police is not expected to do it, but in an extreme situation, to save the life of people, it can be used. So there's no bar also. There's nothing written on this. AK-47 should be or should not be used. That's it.
And do you think, from your understanding, for the visuals and for what happened in Bihar, do you think the situation would have been such that they would have had to require to use AK-47s to save their own lives?
I don't think so. I think that's why I say it might be an individual action, because, nobody is being blamed for having ordered such a thing.
Right.
Either it is an individual action or it's sheer drama. I don't know.
Right.
Whether he really fired or not, that is also questionable. Yes.
Okay. SP Ved, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening.
You've been in Jammu and Kashmir. We just heard Mahesh Chandra Dwivedi speak about AK-47s. I want to talk to you about pellet guns. The charge of pellet guns being used against protesters in the national capital, against students and young protesters in the national capital, coming from the leader of opposition. What do you make out of it? You've been in a state, now a UT, that's seen the use of it all.
Absolutely. See, this was used in 2010 when about 100 protesters died in massive protests we witnessed in 2010. And also after post-Burhan Wani situation, at that time I was the Director General of Police, and what you saw in Delhi, it is nothing compared to that. We witnessed I
think both were very different, sir. The nature of the two were very different.
So,
I mean, you can't compare the two because they had very distinct nature of people who were part of the protests, the age group that was part of the protests, the motivations behind it were very, very different, sir.
Absolutely. I'm coming to that. You are absolutely right. So, just saying that it was used in 2016 post-Burhan Wani situation also. But then, as Delhi police said, they are not authorized to use this, and they don't have this pellet gun. We have to believe there because we were not there. I am witnessing what is seen on the media. But as far as RAF is concerned, I think RAF, it is issued to them. And, if there is a situation when your colleague is getting lynched, or if there is a situation where some people, a colleague of yours is being, the way so you witness a RAF Jawan was almost lynched. At the last moment, he was rescued. So one assistant commander of the RAF, lady assistant commander, you saw her arm broken. How many senior officers? I think of Delhi police and their constables were injured. I think total number is 120 plus. Can you imagine the scale of violence?
I
And if
can
there
imagine,
is,
sir, because honestly, it's not the first time this country, and let me just say this very, very clearly, sir. I, for one, am in no way going to favor, support, back any assault, attack on any person, including people in the uniform. There cannot be, and that has to be condemned. But if you're asking me 120 police personnel were injured, can you imagine the extent? I can imagine the extent because there have been protests in this country where this has happened in the past. More than this, sir.
So listen, every sensible person in this country, whether police officer or anybody else, will be very, very careful in using minimum force against the student, because we all have children and our children are also students. So one has to be very, very careful about that. But I think the kind of violence you witnessed in Delhi, it was unprecedented scale. And I think if they were marching towards parliament, imagine if that had happened. Do you want to see a situation where what we witnessed in Washington, D.C., when Donald Trump, you remember those visuals of Capitol Hill being raided? Imagine if that had happened. So police is damned if it acts, and it is damned if it doesn't act. So if pellet gun was issued, maybe seeing his colleague getting lynched, somebody must have used. I don't know. That needs to be verified from the concerned force whether this was issued. And when a party goes for such a protest, the weapon is issued, and when it is protest is over, the weapon is returned back with number of shells issued. So I think you can check from the record.
So here's,
it's not difficult to check from the record.
Before I come back to the record,
how many rounds were.
Before I come back to the record, Mahesh Chandra Dwivedi, do you agree with what SP Ved says as a former DGP yourself? Do you think what's happened in Delhi, the scale of what's happened in Delhi, which I don't believe is unprecedented? I believe there are parts of the country that have seen this kind of a scale before as well. More than this for that matter. But do you believe that the scale and the threat that could have been perceived justifies the use of pellet? Because Supreme Court is very clear. Supreme Court has said because there is an agitation, there cannot be lethal use of force. Lethal use of force has to be the last resort.
Well, I'll not go by the opinion of the Supreme Court because the Supreme Court has not yet seen everything, whatever has happened.
True.
I have also not seen
what
has actually happened there. I've seen only parts here and there, so I can't give you a clear-cut opinion about it. But one RAF man was being beaten. He could have been lynched also if he was not protected. Now, if this use of pellet guns was at the same place, probably it was justified. If it was a different place, I don't know what was the situation there. So I can't give a clear-cut opinion about it. I have not seen.
SP Ved, would you agree that it is a responsibility of the government of India to come clean with the circumstances and the nature of the use? There's not even one official statement yet that pellet guns was used. That's also extremely unfortunate. We're getting it through sources from the forces. This should be upfront. Do you agree that needs to be done?
See, the government has to come and make a statement. I have no doubt about it, and I think Home Minister Saab will come and whenever next Parliament session is there, I think maybe tomorrow or when he will make a statement about what actually happened. I think the government has to make a statement, but I don't think there is anything to hide. If pellet gun has been used, it has been used. So it must be. It must be stated, because if somebody
absolutely,
sees
I think that's the least that needs to be done.
Police is a family, and if somebody sees his family member getting lynched, I don't think he will hesitate to use if he is issued
That
pellet
is,
gun.
if the situation was during that time itself. And that's very important. The government needs to come clean with that. What was the circumstances? First, admit whether pellet guns was used is one. Two, the circumstances. Three, for AK-47, the same question. You're using it against protesters for what really seems to be a protest that would have gone out of hand in any part of this country. And to use AK-47 is quite shocking for that matter. But the claims that are at least coming, we do not know at this point. You know, it's not been established individually whether there were rounds fired out of that, though you can hear the sounds of it. There's a suspension, obviously, that has happened, which also raises questions. And there seems to be something behind that viral video at this point. But very quickly, let me just come into Sanjay Rana. Sanjay Rana, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra asking a simple question. Opposition leaders from different parties asking this question. Are these students, are these protesters terrorists?
Sneha, good evening and good evening to our fellow panel. First of all, please look at who is asking the question. The question has been asked by the leader of propaganda, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Very simple as that. If government is saying that there is no pellet gun has been used, and if he's not believing, first, there's thing you should believe it, number one. Number two, if he's not believing, then there is a way you need to go for a medical test. Do the proper testing at the medical center. The government
No, 1 minute. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. Why should they believe it? Because the CRPF report seems to say that there is a pellet gun which is used. So obviously there seems to be some discrimination.
No, there's no discrimination. I have not seen any. But I don't know what kind of report you're referring to. Sneha, first of all, I do not believe Rahul Gandhi's statement.
Sure, you don't need to believe it. It's a charge. So the government needs to come clean and say.
Rahul Gandhi has been making charge. Modi, sare Modi chor hai, Rafale mein dakati.
Arey sir, we have not called for debates on Modi chor hai, na? We are not. Sir, politics is one point. These are. Sanjay Rana, do you agree? These are serious charges by the LOP. Does the government need to make an official response?
I'm not here to listen you what you're asking.
Sure.
I'm not here to defend Mr. Rahul Gandhi. I'm saying with the proof that Rahul Gandhi is a leader of propaganda. He has been doing from last 10 years. If you tell me any allegation which has been raised so far, is anything is coming correct? No. If he has raised the concern,
leak,
I agree.
the latest.
He raised the concern. Priyanka Gandhi raised the concern. Obviously, if they're not believing government, obviously government will come with the facts maybe tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow in the parliament. If he's not believing, he has all the rights. Obviously, he's a leader of propaganda. He can go to any place, any medical testing, and we'll come to know whether it's pellet gun shot or what kind of shot.
Right now, I think the people of this country really want to know who's playing the propaganda. Is it Rahul Gandhi or is it the government? That's and you know that is the environment which must not continue in this country. If these allegations are being leveled, then must be a response to it. Chitra Batam, Sanjay Rana accusing Rahul Gandhi and the opposition of being the leader of propaganda.
Sorry, I'm not buying your point. I'm just questioning Rahul Gandhi saying abusing. Somebody who's abusing saying
Sneha, can I comment now? I think we've listened enough to nonsense.
Somebody needs to buy somebody needs to
allow me to speak. Please ask this man to shut up.
No. Chitra, I'm here. I think Chitra, let's just use civil words. Chitra, let's use civil words. Sanjay, I've interrupted her. I have said let's use civil words. Let's use civil words. Chitra, go ahead, make your point, please.
Otherwise, I'll show you the face and put you on the court. And you will jump here and there like this.
No, Chitra, Chitra, this is an argument that's going all sides. The government says, how dare the opposition leader make a statement like this? Opposition leader says, how dare government? There has to be a conversation. Sanjay, I interrupted her and I told her there has to be a civil conversation. I did not like the use of that word and I've said it as much. Chitra, make your point.
It is highly pathetic that you bring such people to your
Oh my God, I'm like a failure.
Chitra, go ahead, make your point, Chitra. Sanjay, there are two former DGPs on this show. Both of you, I'm sure, very capable people of having very civil conversations. Sanjay Rana, hold it. Chitra, don't make personal remarks. Please make your point. Chitra.
She doesn't know
Sanjay, allow me. Indulge me.
Rahul ji has brought that person who was shot by the pellet gun. Shut up, Sanjay Rana. Sahil Lochap, the name of the
Rahul
student
Gandhi is
who was
leader of
shot by
propaganda.
pellet gun. And
He
you
is
are talking
Rahul Gandhi
nonsense
is
over
leader
here.
of propaganda.
What proof do you need? You
Rahul
just get out
Gandhi is
with
leader
your
of
goddamn
propaganda.
propaganda.
LOP,
You are misleading the
leader of
nation.
Pakistan,
Over
not
here,
leader of
two
India.
high-profile cops have mentioned that they're equating this protest
ma'am,
with
have
that of the
water.
protest in
Don't
Bangladesh,
increase your
with
blood
that of the
pressure,
protest in
otherwise
Washington
heart
DC.
attack will come,
It
you will
was a
die.
peaceful protest that was
You
allowed
will
to be
die.
hold for
What peaceful
20 odd days.
protest?
What was the
All the
government
Rashid,
doing? Sleeping,
Rahil kind
eating
of people are
popcorn.
coming and
You,
protesting on the
if you
day
do
of
not
the
know what to
student.
do, then you better
And
just leave.
you
This
illiterate
government is
women.
not
Okay,
for you
okay,
to run.
all right. Sanjay,
Just get
Chitra,
out of
Sanjay,
this
Chitra.
government.
Sanjay and Chitra,
So
this
that
is
is
my
what I'm
last
saying.
request.
You
I will
either
not
listen
be
to
able
the
to take you
students,
both on
you
air
are
otherwise.
using
Yeah,
government
One
Shame
saying
on
shut
you.
up, the other saying illiterate.
Shame on
This
you.
is not the
Shame
way
on you. The
conversation.
use of
Chitra,
AK-47
Chitra,
was
Chitra,
not even used
Chitra,
in Pahalgam
Chitra,
attack. You
Chitra,
have no
Chitra,
guts and gumption
Chitra,
to show up
Chitra,
AK-47
Chitra, you have to
terrorists.
respect
You are
a
showing
sense of
AK-47
debate
to
on this
students.
show.
Leader of
Chitra,
propaganda.
Students were hit by
Chitra,
pellet guns.
Chitra, I don't want to down your mic.
Students were hit by
I
pellet
don't want to
guns.
down your mic, Chitra. There has to be a sense of some respect here. We are having a dialogue and it must happen, please. Please.
Exactly. I also demand respect for the leader of opposition. Sanjay
See,
Rana should
he's a leader of
apologize.
propaganda.
You are mocking him.
Chitra.
He's a leader of propaganda.
All right, Chitra has made her point. Sanjay, go make
You
your point,
are,
please.
you are a stooge of the Pegu government. Get
Oh
out of
my
the
God.
government. You are
Sanjay,
not
go ahead,
a
make
stooge
your
of the
point.
government.
Have water.
You use
Have
verbal
water.
Sanjay, make your point. Can you
Have
just
water.
lower the mic of
Otherwise
Chitra,
die
please?
with a
Sanjay,
heart
make your
attack.
point,
Don't
30
do this.
seconds.
Hang on. Coming to the point. Simple as that, Sneha.
Please don't shut the mic down. Just lower it down.
Absolutely. Simple as that, Sneha. We need to wait for the government response. If anyone is raising the concern, whether it's leader of propaganda or Priyanka Gandhi or Dimple Yadav, obviously you have to wait for it. First of all, there is no pellet gun is there with the Delhi police. Maybe RF has the pellet gun and will come to know maybe in 2-3 days. Number two, they were the goons. Please understand, they were attacking our forces and in
How
self-protection.
do you know, sir? The government has not even made a response, has not even made a statement about the use of RAF and AK-47. As you said, there's only been a denial. How do we know it was used against goons?
I'm right now referring to Delhi one. We give time to the government at least respond. Somebody raising a concern, government is not sitting here to just respond.
It's been 4 days since these concerns have been raised, sir.
As far as AK-47 is concerned, earlier the police used to have 303, then LMG. Right now, sophisticated gun is AK-47. We need to look at why it is being used. There was some reason behind it, or it was any threat kind of things. There was some security concern. We need to look at all.
I'm out of time. I'm out of time. Chitra Batam, your last remark before I go to the other two gentlemen. Chitra Batam.
I am telling you, Sneha, I am very much disturbed the manner in which the high-profile cops over here equated this student protest with that of the protest happening in Bangladesh, with that of the protest happening in Washington DC.
To which I objected, Chitra. To which I objected.
Don't intervene in between.
To which I objected very clearly.
This is an illiterate and an insensitive. It is an illiterate and an insensitive government which has been allowing.
Sanjay, now you're not allowing Chitra. Please, can I request Sanjay's mic to be lowered, not shut, lowered. Chitra, make your point. Chitra, go ahead. 10 seconds, make your point.
This is an illiterate and an insensitive government. It allowed multiple paper leaks to happen time and time again, and which is why the students were so angry. But then the use of the barbaric forces against them, use of AK-47s, use of pellet guns. 5 people were hit. 3 people were hit by AK-47s.
All right, let me just return to Mahesh Chandra Dwivedi as well as SP Ved. Thank you, gentlemen, for your patience. Your last remarks. As former DGPs who have handled and headed some very, very sensitive operations, what would that one thing be if you want to close this show? What do you want the government to hear? What do you want people to hear at this point? Let's just start with you, Mahesh Chandra Dwivedi.
I only want the truth should come out. There should be a fair inquiry, and if somebody is at fault, he can be punished for that. But for political reasons, police should not be punished. And I am surprised that the government has agreed that no action will be taken against the violators of the law. The action must be taken against the violators of law. When if a police man is found at fault, he will be punished. But all those who did everything when they violated the law before everybody, they uh, thrashed that RF person, and
Okay.
no action against them will be a very bad lesson for future.
Okay. SP Vaid, sir.
Uh, we all have very great sympathy for our children, young students, and any sensible person will have that. And I think I would request government to be very careful. Let's not, as government has already taken a decision to withdraw cases against all the students who have not, who have been very peaceful and have not indulged in any violence. But violators of law who have done arson, who have injured more than 130 policemen, I think withdrawing cases against them would be wrong. It will set a bad precedence and it will demoralize the police ranks, both of the Delhi police and the central forces. So
Right.
everyone has to be accountable for his action. If somebody in the police has exceeded the brief, he should also be held accountable. Thank you.
I think just one word which we all will agree with: the truth needs to come to light. That's extremely important. I think the country needs to know what happened. Sanjay Rana, thank you so much for your time. Chitra Batham, thank you so much. I hope we'll be able to have some dialogue with both of you together on a screen someday.